Please take your seats. The show is about to begin. Welcome to the 2024 James Beard Awards, presented by Capital One, in association with the Chicago Department of Aviation, Clover from Fiserv, and Hilton. Our premier sponsors are Aquapana Natural Spring Water, American Airlines, Heinz, HMS Host, San Pellegrino Sparkling Natural Mineral Water, and Stella Artois. Our supporting sponsors are Hexclad Cookware and Schooner Bay Salmon. Our reception sponsors are Ecolab, Kendall College at National Louis University, and Windstar Cruises. Additional support is provided by Christo, Paper Chase, Plugra Premium European Style Butter, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and Verterra Dinnerware. Our proud hosts are Choose Chicago and the Illinois Restaurant Association, with official broadcast partner Intersport. Good evening. It's time for the James Beard Foundation's 2024 Media Awards. Please welcome the Chief Executive Officer of the James Beard Foundation, Claire Reichenbach.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the James Beard Foundation Media Awards 2024 edition. Whoa! It's a full house. And I'm so happy to be with you all here this evening. As some of you may know, I actually hail from the media industry and spent over 10 years at the BBC. So I have a deep appreciation for your work and the duty to inform, elucidate, educate, and indeed entertain. At the James Beard Foundation, we believe a vibrant, dynamic, and rigorous conversation about food serves the good of independent restaurants and chefs, diners, farmers, and our environment alike. What you do day to day as reporters, authors, producers, or social media stars to enrich and stimulate dialogue and social exchange is vital to our mission. We serve to champion and support a thriving independent restaurant industry, to nurture America's rich food culture, and to advocate for a sustainable and equitable food system. And we thank you for your allyship in that mission. We recognize and celebrate excellence across the culinary ecosystem, and tonight we honor and celebrate you all. And I want to just take a moment now to thank some of the many dedicated people who help bring these awards to fruition every year. Our Board of Trustees, led by Nancy Lukic. Yay, I don't know where Nancy is. Our volunteer committees and judges who poured their hearts and souls into this work. It's a big lift, and they undertake it with great integrity and commitment. Thank you all. And of course, to the James Beard Foundation staff, my phenomenal team, and our community of donors, individuals and corporate partners, and especially our presenting sponsors, Capital One. And always, our proud hosts at Choose Chicago and the Illinois Restaurant Association. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. And now it gives me great joy to introduce our host for this evening. She is a New York Times best-selling author, an Emmy-winning journalist who has reported widely on America's food culture and production and health and wellness. She co-hosts CBS Saturday Morning and is a correspondent for 48 Hours, as well as the anchor for CBS News streaming Eye on America. Please help me welcome to the stage the deeply accomplished and truly wonderful Michelle Miller. Michelle.
Hi, folks. How are you doing? Woohoo! Claire, is she not the best? I mean, I'm just thrilled to be here, but more importantly than me being thrilled, because, you know, I've been on a flight from Paris to get here on time after eating my way through actually a dress size up. If it looks a little tight on me, that's why. But how thrilled are you to be here? So some of you I know really well. Some of you I'm just getting to know. I'm meeting you for the first time, but that's what this is all about. I think we're all present and accounted for similar reasons. We're all motivated to tell big stories that seek to answer questions, big questions, using food as our starting point, our frame, our point of reference. Food, guess what? You know it, I know it. Food unites people. Unites people in good times, unites people in hard times. And I just have to tell you, it is an ethos, it is the root of my family and my community. You know, I was raised by a depression mama. Do you guys know what that is? My grandmother raised her kids. She raised me. We called her Big Mama. I know many of you have big mamas. You call her Mamere, Mamish, Gigi, Mimi. Whoever she is, she brought belonging into your household. And mine was a mother who brought the community into her house during the Depression. It was a part of a Friday, every week kind of ritual. She would open her home along with my big papa and bring someone in, usually someone who may be living outside, someone who was out of work during that time, and she'd cook a big spread for them. You know, it's a tradition that she continued when she raised me. You know, I think about the housekeeper sitting at the table. I think about the handyman sitting at the table every time they came into the house, because she was about building community. And that's what we're here to do. We are building a bigger community regardless of status. And it's what I welcome in this setting, in this nod to the best in the industry. Here, everyone should feel welcome, no matter what style of restaurant they're in, no matter what status, what level in terms of how they feed people, as long as the standard of care and the quality and the taste is par excellence. We all belong. Do we not? We all belong. Do we not all belong? We all like to eat. I know that. To all the nominees, I just have to say, following a breaking food story is a critical public service, because telling the stories about people behind American food, American culture, fosters conversation, it fosters curiosity, it fosters the kind of thought about what kind of society we want to achieve. You are the storytellers, each and every one of you. We are celebrating you tonight. So I congratulate all of you, and you should congratulate yourselves. We are tremendously proud of you. So, I've been given a big charge, guys. They want us out of here in 2 hours. So we're gonna whip through this. We got a ton of categories to get through, so let's put this show and get it on the road. I'm going to read our first book awards and then start bringing out some friends to help me out. What do you think about that? All right. As a journalist looking to understand the connections between how we live and what we eat or don't eat, as the case may be, I am adding all of these nominees to my bookshelf because they're, quite frankly, amazing. For books investigating food issues and advocacy, the nominees are...
At the Table, Catherine Miller. Avocado Anxiety, Louise Gray. Resilient Kitchens, Philip Gleisner and Harry Eli Kashdan.
And the winner is Philip Gleisner and Harry Eli Kashdan. And unfortunately, they're not with us tonight. So I would love to put this on, but I know that I can't. I'll hand it off. All right, we know food is the one thing we truly always have had in common. So who doesn't love a book that's got something for almost every palate? The nominees for general interest are...
A Cook's Book, Nigel Slater. The Everlasting Meal Cookbook, Tamar Adler. Start Here, Sola El Whaley.
And the winner is Start Here, Sonia Elawele. Woo! All right.
Hi, thank you for having me. Sorry, I don't always know if I deserve to be here.
Yes, you do.
In these places. Sometimes I wonder if it's just because I'm a brown woman and we care a lot about diversity. So I do always worry about that. My real name is Nusrat Sohola Muzi Belweli, but I changed it because no one could say it. So my parents are really sad that my real name's not on the book. But today a lot of people know that name for the wrong reason, because today there was an attack on the Nusayrat refugee camp in Gaza, where over 200 people, mostly women and children, were killed. A lot of women and children who look like me and have names like mine. So sometimes I get confused when I'm here in Chicago. I'm so sorry, but thank you. Anyways, and thank you for saving my editor's job.
Give it up. You know, the James Beard Awards celebrate American cuisine, but American cuisine is really more a quilt than a whole cloth, right? The culinary legacy that comes down to us from generations and generations of people native to this land and from all over the world is a food culture that reflects the entire world. So here are the nominees for international.
Made in Taiwan, Clarissa Wei with Ivy Chen. My Everyday Lagos, Yawande Komolafe. The World Central Kitchen Cookbook, Jose Andres and Sam Chappell Sokol with the World Central Kitchen.
And the winner is Jose Andres and World Central Kitchen with Sam Chappell Sokol. Chappell Sokol, everyone!
Wow, I'm not sure Jose would like that.
That's
but...
okay, he's not here.
Should I start by saying that I'm not Jose? He can't be here today, but he sends his gratitude and his best wishes to all of you. The book was an ultimate group project. Our recipes, these are jangling. Our recipes came from cooks and chefs in 15 countries, more than 20 photographers contributed their work, and countless members of the WCK team touched it in some way. For certain, this book wouldn't have been finished if not for the collective effort of everybody at World Central Kitchen and beyond. One person in particular deserves a special mention. Her name is Zami Frankum, one of the most empathetic people to ever have worked for the organization. She was one of our readers. Her edits, which were so thoughtful, were informed by her work in Guatemala, the Navajo Nation, her native Australia, and beyond, which made the product richer and much more human. Zami is one of our 7 colleagues who were murdered by the Israeli army in Gaza on April 1st, and for that reason, I'll always think of Zami when I read this book. I'll also think of all the other contributors, which the press loves to mention, folks like Chicago's own Mrs. Michelle Obama, who shared her recipe for breakfast tacos with us. But there are so many other contributors who deeply know the work of WCK because they were on the front lines day to day doing it. People like Rima Aridanang, who ran our project in Indonesia, and Teresa Picos, who ran our kitchen in Tijuana, feeding migrants with an open heart and delicious cooking. There are so many more who generously shared their recipes and stories, and without them, the cookbook would not exist. To Kim Witherspoon and the team at Inkwell, thank you for shepherding this book to reality. To Francis Lamb, Raquel Pelzel, and the team at Clarkson Potter, thanks for taking a chance on us. To the people of World Central Kitchen, in the room, outside the room, all around the world working right now, keep making magic. And as Jose would say, if he were here today, wherever there's a fight so that hungry people may eat, we will be there. So, thank you all. Thank you.
Oh, Sam, please come back. You're welcome. That's a keepsake, right? And we have to keep our keepsakes. This is an important mission. So proud of all the work everyone in here is doing. Moving on now. Candidates for the next award make what they do look easy, but let me tell you, it isn't. I don't need to tell you. I know because, I've spent half my lifetime trying to find something to equal my Big Mama's peach cobbler. I ain't made it there yet. I'm talking about the nominees for baking, and desserts, which also includes books on bread, which I love. Clearly, they are
Dark Rye and Honey Cake, Regula Isawin, Mayumu, Abi Balingit, More Than Cake, Natasha Pickowitz.
And the winner is Dark Rye and Honey Cake, Regula Yashwin. Is someone coming to accept for her? For you? No. Regula is not here. So unfortunately, we will keep this. Well, we'll give it to her eventually. All right, I'm going to bring up our first presenter to announce the next awards. She's a James Beard Award-winning author, journalist, and author of The Firing Line Substack. And if you're drinking naturally made wine today, she's one of the prime reasons. She's a one-woman encyclopedia on the history, the production, the preservation of natural winemaking traditions, as well as where you can go to enjoy all of it all around the world. So please welcome Alice Firing. Firing?
Thank you, Michelle, for that lovely introduction. I'm delighted to be here. And I'm going to be giving the next award, Wine and Booze Making. If you do it the traditional way, the right way, it is a mysterious brew of art, talent, nature, and technique. That's not to say it's so mysterious that guidelines and knowledge can't be passed down. So nominees in the next category give focused how-to on drinks of all kinds, from the romantic and whimsical to the bracing and medicinal. For books on beverages with recipes, here are the nominees.
Juke Joints, Jazz Clubs and Juice, Tony Tippinato, The Maison Premier Almanac, Joshua Boissy, Jordan McKay, and Christoph Gischka with William Elliott. Slow Drinks, Danny Childs.
And the winner is, I've never done this before, Slow Drinks, Danny Childs.
My heart is pounding out of my chest. It's truly surreal to be up here tonight accepting this award next to my wife, Katie, who, in addition to being my best friend, my business partner, and the mother of our two boys, Leo and Sonny, is also the incredible photographer behind this beautiful book. When we started on this project, Katie and I wanted to create something that was rigorous but open to interpretation, scientific but beautiful, an homage to the Mid-Atlantic, but widely adaptable for readers no matter where they lived. Along the way, we were turned down by quite a few people who couldn't see how our vision would fit within the paradigm of beverage literature, but the whole point was we didn't want to fit within these parameters. We wanted to create something new, a handbook for how to make excellent drinks, both alcoholic and non, by fermenting, preserving, and transforming the botanical ingredients that grow all around us, and how to use these drinks to tell a story. I'd like to thank the two people that were integral in helping our vision come to life, our agent, Jonah Strauss, and our incredible editor, Jenny Wapner, who's out there somewhere. Hi, Jenny. It's no exaggeration to say that without these two, Slow Drinks would not be what it is today. I'd also like to express my sincerest gratitude to my former employer and all of my former coworkers from the Farm and Fisherman Tavern for allowing me to take this idea, run with it, and develop it into a bar program in a strip mall in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, of all places. Above all, I'd like to thank our families, especially our parents and sisters, for always believing in us, supporting us, and teaching us the value of pressing on. There are also many other people in our village who helped bring this book to life one way or another. Our late editor Teresa Politano from Edible Jersey was a huge one. Jen Hall, Jeff Quattrone, Teddy Moynihan, Molly Reeder, Ashley Lima, and everyone at Hardy Grant, and of course our Slow Food fam, and many, many more. Thank you for this incredible honor, and cheers to the slow drinks movement that we believe in so wholeheartedly. Thank you.
For those who prefer to know what or even where, but not so much how when it comes to drinks, here are the nominees for the books on beverages without recipes.
Agave Spirits, Gary Paul Nabhan and David Suro Pinera. The New French Wine, John Bonnet. Vines in a Cold Climate, Henry Jeffries.
Okay. And the winner is Agave Spirits, Gary Paul Nabhan and David Suro Pinera. Yes.
Well, thank you all, and obviously thanks to my partner in crime on this book, my beloved colleague and co-author David Suro, and any of you who knows David knows that he's the real grass-fed beef and I'm the hamburger helper on this one. I also want to give my deep thanks to all of you who use your food and drink work to bring people together for peace and reconciliation. The high point of my life is being in Jerusalem with Moshe Basson and the Jewish, Armenian, and Muslim chefs that use Chefs for Peace dinners to raise money for orphans who've lost their parents in the terrible wars going on in the Middle East. But all of you can be chefs of peace and ambassadors for reconciliation over the sacrament of food. This last month, we've launched a sacred food plant recovery program that will start both in the Middle East and the U.S.-Mexico border to bring people together from diverse cultures to heal the wounds in the land and heal the wounds between cultures. And I pray that all of them will be free of wars in the future because of your good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. From culinary memoirs to biographies to cultural investigations, personal essays, food travelogues, and guidebooks, the nonfiction beverage category is beautifully broad, but what all the contenders have in common is powerful storytelling. So this year's literary writing nominees are
Food Stories, The Bitter Southerner. For the Culture, Clancy Miller. The Migrant Chef, Laura Tillman.
Okay. And the winner is The Migrant Chef, Laura Tillman.
Just have to thank Lalo, the subject of this book, who let me follow him around for almost 5 years and had so many amazing adventures in just learning about his life. one of the most meaningful things that's happened in the process of bringing this book into the world is at a couple of my book events, there were undocumented cooks who came to get the book, to see the talk. Lalo, because of his status as a deportee, could not be at those events, but I know how meaningful his story is to so many people, so I feel very lucky to have gotten to be the one to share it with all of you. And I just want to thank my agent, Jackie Coe, and my editor, Melanie Tortoroli, and more than anything, all of the people who pick and cook our food. Thank you.
And finally, they did it so we don't have to. My kitchen is full of these. I'm sure yours are as well. And when you really need a trusted source and you want to understand the backstory behind a particular ingredient, a recipe, or influential person, books in this category are your go-to. For reference, history, and scholarship, the nominees are
The Ark of Taste, David S. Shields and Giselle K. Lord. Food Power Politics, Bobby J. Smith II. White Burgers, Black Cash, Naoyo A. Kwate.
And the winner is White Burgers, Black Cash. Well, I am disappointed because I wanted to put this around that neck. But we will keep it safe, and congratulations. And thank you.
So we just have to thank Alice Firing. Keep up the good work. She wanted to keep that herself too, but you know, she has a few. So I want to give a shout out to Karen Demopoulos. Karen, step on out here. Karen is out here from Kendall College tonight. Just step into the light, please. She looks fabulous, does she not? And she's so helpful. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. So coming up, a longtime writer from the New York Times and author of top prize cookbooks, including the James Beard Award-winning The Food Lab, Better Home Cooking Through Science, which you know makes sense for someone who graduated from MIT. He kind of has that kind of je ne sais quoi about him too, you know? So that shows up in his DIY approach to the art of the YouTube cooking show, where he turns out some of the most useful recipe testing videos with not much more than a GoPro stick and, well, no, it's a GoPro and a selfie stick. Am I right about that? A GoPro, and they're two separate things. I should know this. Well, to announce our next awards, please welcome four-time James Beard Award winner, no J, but J. Kenji Lopez-Alt. Kenji!
Thank you, Michelle. It's only 2-time, not 4-time. I'm still trying to collect that coaster set. You know? So as someone who's boiled thousands of eggs to determine the best way to peel them and baked 1,500 cookies to see what makes a chocolate chip cookie tick, I know how to appreciate a good deep dive. And the authors of these books like to get geeky about the details and go down into the nitty-gritty. The 2024 nominees for the books on a single subject are
The Hog Island Book of Fish and Seafood, John Ash. Pasta Every Day, Meryl Feinstein. Yogurt and Whey, Homa Dashtaki.
The winner is Pasta Every Day by Meryl Feinstein.
I did not expect to be up here tonight, so I will try to be brief. Thank you so much, of course, to the James Beard Foundation for this amazing recognition. I'm incredibly honored to be here among such esteemed company and culinary leaders, particularly my peers in this category, John and Homa. I'd like to thank my editor, Mike Zurban, for working with me on this book and for, as Kenji was mentioning, helping me translate my nerdy, pasta-obsessed brain into normal person language. Thank you also to the entire team at Voracious and Little Brown, Jules and Catherine especially for helping me introduce this labor of love to the world. I'll admit my favorite part of Pasta Every Day is not actually the writing, but the photography. And I am so grateful to Nico Shinko, whose work brought these pages to life in a way I never thought possible. Also to Judy Kim, who styled every plate so beautifully, and Maeve Sheridan, whose ability to set a scene knows no bounds. This book is also an outgrowth of the Pasta Social Club community, and I am grateful for every person who has invited me into their kitchens, whether online or in person, and who has given my recipes a try. I also want to mention all of the other pasta makers who have inspired me these last many years, the chefs who took a chance on me, and the Italian women who have shared their knowledge and expertise with me. I, of course, want to thank my parents who fostered my love and curiosity of food and cooking in me from a very young age. And finally, there are two people I'd like to thank with particular ferocity who are with me tonight. My agent, Andriana DeLone, for believing in this project and in me long before I did. This book would surely not exist without your encouragement, and best of all, your friendship. And my husband, Adam, for being my forever teammate and taste tester, and for daring me to do what I love, even when it meant starting over in this industry. Adam, you have helped me find courage I did not know I had, and look how far we've come. Thank you all so much.
And now the next set of books are for deep dives for folks who are already in it neck deep. We have the books for restaurants and professionals. Here are the nominees.
Esther, Matt Lindsay with Pat Norse. Fish Butchery, Josh Nyland. Rintaro, Jessica Batilana and Sylvan Mishima Brackett.
And the winner is Fish Butchery by Josh Nyland. All right, I think Josh is not here, but we will keep this for him. All right, the next category celebrates books that explore the regional cooking and local traditions that make up the American culinary landscape. For U.S. Foodways, the nominees are
Ed Mitchell's Barbecue, Ed Mitchell, Ryan Mitchell, and Zella Palmer. Love Japan, Aaron Israel and Sawako Okochi with Gabriella Gershenson. Made Here Recipes and Reflections from NYC's Asian communities, Nat Belkov, Elaine Mao, and Tina Zhou, with Christoph Gross, Diana Le, and Alice Luall.
And the winner is Aaron Israel and Sawako Okochi with Gabriella Gershenson for Love Japan.
Thank you, Gabby, first of all, for your attention to detail and a beautiful writing. Thank you for Kelly Snowden, our editor at 10 Speed, who believed in us from the beginning. To Sarah and David from David Black agency for discovering us initially. Thank you, Lizzie Allen, for the seamless design. Yuki Sugiura for capturing our images precisely with warmth. Lisa Masuda for perfect food styling. Susie Myers for the gorgeous prop styling. And my co-everything, my husband Aaron Israel, my co-owner, co-chef, co-parents of everything, to keep me pushing and writing together every day during the lockdown. Those days were my treasure, to hold our baby daughter and entertain our 5-year-old son each and every day as we test and write our recipes. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. My mom taught me food is love without telling me so. Her bento was filled with yummy loves. I just want to do the same to my family and wish that they will do the same for their future family. Thank you.
I just want to hug and kiss you again. I'm very grateful to have been entrusted to tell your story. It's a beautiful story of immigration in this country, of maintaining tradition of where you came from, and creating new tradition and cuisine through curiosity and love and exploration. And I related to it on a personal level very deeply because I'm the daughter of immigrants. My parents are Soviet Jewish immigrants, and I'm the first one born in this country. And it is an honor to have that legacy, which I share with Aaron and Sawa's children. And I just wish everyone in this room to continue to love and explore food in the spirit of love that I feel Aaron and Sawa embody so beautifully. Thank you so much.
I just think Sawa and Gabby, they said pretty much everything, but so yeah, we're so grateful to be in this awesome room with wonderful people, and thank you very much. Thank you for recognizing us. Thank you.
All right. The following are books in a category that is becoming increasingly important in our climate change, as our climate changes and population grows. For books on the subject of vegetable-focused cooking, the nominees are
Evergreen Vietnamese, Andrea Nguyen. Japan, Nancy Singleton Hachisu. Tenderheart, Hetty Louie McKinnon.
And the winner is Hetty Louie McKinnon with Tenderheart.
Hi. I wrote a script, but I kind of want to go off script. Thank you to the James Beard Foundation for this huge honor. About 30-something years ago, I lost my father, and I thought I would lost him forever. But I found him again in this book, Tender Heart. He is the tender heart of the story. He worked in vegetables, and he really showed me how diverse and interesting and delicious fresh produce could be. So I dedicated Tender Heart to him. This award is also dedicated to him, along with my mom, whose wisdom and just her just smarts. She really guides me in my everyday life and in my cooking. My journey has kind of been unconventional in food. I want to thank all the people who have supported me over the years, from all the salad eaters in Surrey Hills, Sydney, who convinced me that my food was okay, to all the home cooks that welcome me into their kitchens every night. I really just do this for you, to give you great recipes with vegetables at the helm. Thank you to Mary Small and Claire Marshall and everyone at Plum Books and Pam McMillan Australia. Thank you to my agent, Judy Linden at Stonesong, who kind of took a chance on me 10 years ago when really nobody was that interested in me in this country when I first arrived. She has been my rock over the last 10 years. And of course, thank you to my wonderful, wise, smart editor, Lexi Bloom, who is a legend in this industry, and everyone at Knopf Cooks for really treating me and my book with the tenderness that it kind of required. And then lastly, thank you to my family, my frontline taste testers, my husband, Ross, and my 3 kids, Scout, Dash, and Huck. Thank you, you're awesome, and have a great night.
And lastly, a good photograph is more than just a representation of food. A good photograph can bring recipes to life and inspire our culinary creativity. Here are the nominees for Best Visuals.
The Book of Sichuan Chili Crisp, Yudi Echevarria. For the Culture, Kelly Marshall with Sarah Madden. Thank You, Please Come Again, Kate Medley with Dave Whitling.
And the winner is Yudi Echevarria for the Book of Sichuan Chili Crisp.
Okay. I want to thank Jing Gao for, she's not here, but she gave me the opportunity to bring my eye to make this beautiful book. Rebecca Bertashetsky for a beautiful, amazing prop stylist. Caroline Wang, amazing food stylist. Thank you, 10 Speed Press. The James Beard Foundation, thank you so much for acknowledging such a beautiful, unique cookbook. Thank you, Hello Artist, my husband Andrew. Thank you, everybody that's here. I think I'm done now.
Thank you.
Please welcome the chair of the Book Awards Committee, Erica Skolnick.
Thank you. Good evening. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the profound dedication of our all-volunteer book committee members and judges. The conversations have been deep, spirited, and nonstop pretty much from the day after last year's ceremony to just last week. To us, this is a sacred task, highlighting works we think belong in a forever library of American and global food. The themes of our nominees explore our culture through the lens of food and cooking. This reveals so much more of who we are as a people, not just what we like to eat. While I have one more year on this committee, this night marks my last year as chair. It has been an honor and a privilege to continue this tradition celebrating our nominees. The love of food is deep in my bones, inherited from my grandfather who sold half smokes at his grill in DC in the 40s, through my Nana's peach cobbler, more peach cobbler, bubbling out of the oven when I was little. Stories like these ground us. I hope everyone in this room will leave inspired by the journeys of our nominees tonight. Now, I'm excited to present, very excited, the Emerging Voice Award, which celebrates a first-time published author whose work points ahead to the future of our community, our food system, and impact on this planet. The winner is selected for their quality of writing, clarity of their voice, and the freshness of their point of view. And the 2024 winner is, we'll keep your envelope nice. Oh, congratulations, Abby Balinget.
so much. I have a lot of people to thank, so sorry for shaking. Thank you to the James Beard Foundation for this incredible honor. Thank you to my editor at Harvest, Sarah Kwok, for always believing in my vision. My literary agent, Emmy Nordstrom-Higdon, my cookbook illustrator, Shri Celestial, my cookbook shoot team, Nico Shinko, Katie Wayne, Joy Cho, and Maeve Sheridan. Thank you to my family, especially my mom and my dad, my sisters, Arjuli and Janelle. Thank you to my best friend and unofficial PR manager, Angeli Ann. Thank you to my boyfriend, Jason, who's here tonight. I'm the best version of myself when I'm with you. As a member of the diaspora, yes, I am American, but first and foremost, I am proud to be Filipino. In mainstream media, Filipino food has been anointed the next big thing for what feels like decades. I'm here to say that Filipino food has been here for a long time, and it's here to stay. I've seen how predominantly white institutions fail you in higher education, in the workplace, and the upper echelons of the food world. No matter what, the Filipino community has always provided spaces where we support and take care of each other. Thank you to the Filipino journalists, chefs, writers, librarians, bookstore owners, organizers, and my friends in New York, Stockton, San Jose, and all over the world who have uplifted my work. That's the kind of validation I hold the closest to my heart. I started writing Mayumu when I was in a full-blown quarter-life crisis, and a beautiful cookbook came out of it. I hope for a future where you won't be discredited for your youth or for being one of the only women of color in the room. The myth of individual exceptionalism tells us that society values you only if you are the best person standing. But my journey has taught me that you must always advocate and uplift each other to survive. Stopping the erasure of culture can only be done as a collective. This award is so sorry. This award is for my first generation friends making so many sacrifices with limited resources to create art. This is for people like myself working multiple jobs to make their dreams come true in creative fields where there are virtually no protections for freelancers. We shouldn't have to fight so hard for a seat at the table, but I see you and I'm rooting for you. Lastly, I want to shed light on the terrible genocide happening right now. U.S. imperialism has definitely cast a long shadow on the Philippines' history into the present, and we cannot look away while the Western war machine is actively claiming thousands of lives in Gaza today. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. All right. Our next award celebrates one or more of the following. Cookbooks that have deeply influenced how we think about food and cooking, authors who show extraordinary ability to convey their gastronomic vision through the printed word, or authors whose body of work, taken as a whole, has changed the world of food and cooking forever. These writers and texts belong on every cook's shelf for all time. The 2024 Cookbook Hall of Fame Award goes to Pierre Thiam.
I'm sure most of you know that I'm not Pierre, but I'm glad and I'm super happy to accept this on his behalf. Pierre is my childhood friend. He sent me here without instruction. I'm certain there are so many people to thank for his work, but hey, I'm very proud of him. We come from Senegal some years ago, and well, thank you, the James Beard Foundation, and everyone in this room.
Now, you know that's a friend, right? Because he really wanted to put that over his head. You know he did. You know he did. Thanks to everyone. Our next awards cover all food-related media that goes out on TV and radio, streaming on the web. In other words, my own homegrown broadcast media. Not really, but we'll call them that. because it's no longer just broadcast, right? It's not. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying. Sometimes I go places I shouldn't go. Anyway, I love you all. Nominees in the next category defy expectations. They're just badasses. I have to say that, because every year there are always new food stories to follow and a myriad of ways to watch them, whether it is on broadcast or it is on streaming or is at a film festival. There's just, the sky's the limit. And in the running for the 2024 award for documentary visual media, we have
The Lebanese Burger Mafia, The Michoacan File, Preserving Taste.
Okay, that caught me off guard. And the winner is? Okay. Thank you. What did we say? The Michoacan File.
The Michoacan File.
Michoacan File.
Yeah, Michoacan is a state in Mexico. Please don't confuse it with Michigan. I've had it before. All right, I was not expecting to be here or to win this award. I want to thank the foundation for having me here, for liking my film, and I want to thank you all for looking amazing tonight, right? And being here. Our documentary talks about how Mexican food became World Heritage by the UNESCO in 2010. It's a great story. I would like to thank my team in Mexico, my team in the United States, my team in Belgium, my team in France, my team in India, and my team in the Philippines, because we went around the world because Mexican ingredients and Mexican techniques, cooking techniques have traveled around the world, of course, and have given identity to other countries and other cultures. The same way we have gotten a lot of ingredients and techniques from all over the world, and which makes Mexican food what it is today. But in this case, we focus on the Mexican affair. All right. So thank you very much, and keep enjoying the party, right? All right, thank you very much.
You and me. All right, not that way, business way. I had an idea up here. Well, some food stories, and I'm working on one, should be digested over time, or if you can clear a day, consumed all at once. Yeah, that's called binging. Preferably with snacks on a couch somewhere. But docuseries, visual media is definitely the way to go, because you can learn so much. And the nominees are?
High on the Hog, La Frontera with Patty Hinich, Philippine Salt Series.
And the winner is La Frontera with Patty Hinich.
I'm not Patty. She wishes she could be here tonight, but her son is graduating from high school this weekend. So, and she always tells me when she sends me to accept on her behalf that we're not going to win anything. Don't worry, because I'm a super shy person, and then we do. So this is amazing. I've had the privilege of working with Patty Hinich for many, many years since her son, who's graduating, was in first grade. It's an honor to be here accepting on behalf of Patty and our team from La Frontera. We're so grateful for the recognition from the James Beard Foundation and all of our peers who are here tonight. We thought this was a long shot. Being in this category and being with High on the Hog and Feeder, we really admire them, and they're doing such great work. This award is for the 31 million people living in the U.S.-Mexico borderland communities, the fronterizos, the borderlanders, who don't get much opportunity to share who they are and tell their stories and tend to be so narrowly defined. Yet they are incredibly resourceful, loving, generous, kind, and enrich not only one country but two at the same time. It was a privilege to be invited into their homes, if only for a little bit. We truly hope we did their stories some justice. It's an honor to be a media partner of PBS and to have their support and that of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Thank you to our partners in crime at Early Light Media and to our amazing director, Darren Durlack. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors and partners, and special thanks to Enrique Perret. We don't have time to thank everyone who supported and contributed to Season 2 of La Frontera, but we are so grateful to have had so much enthusiasm and support. We want to be sure to also thank Karen Fritz and Pilar Orozco from our team. Thank you.
And here's another burgeoning category, though let's not confuse quantity with quality here. Candidates for this award crack a tough code with videos that are both compelling to look at and highly effective in teaching you what you want to know. So, for instructional visual media, the nominees are
Big Sky Kitchen with Eduardo Garcia, Made with Lau, What's Eating Dad?
And the winner is Made with Love. That is totally what I would do. Great job. Great job.
I apologize. I'm like a mess because I'm trying to vlog this whole thing too. Just first off, thank you to the James Beard Foundation. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry for this honor, and thank you to our small but mighty team at Made with Lau. None of our stories, none of our videos, none of our recipes would be possible without all of our team's hard work. So, thank you, and thank you to all the millions of people who have tuned into our recipes, who have subscribed. Commented and watched our videos. This all would not be possible without you. So thank you to my wife, Kat, who has always believed in me, who is currently at home watching our two kids so I could be here, and who is also currently 38 weeks pregnant. So please do not give birth now. And most importantly, thank you to my parents. It's because of you that I know what being spoiled by good food means, and ultimately it's because of you that I know what unconditional love means. So,
thank you.
I'm not going to be able to finish what I had to say, so thank you.
Thank you.
you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, did they not have, they're going to have a great Father's Day, aren't they? I mean, just splendid. Okay. All right, time to bring some new voices into the mix, and these are some, they're gorgeous ladies. So she punched through that glass ceiling with her 2008 win on Top Chef. And she was, that's where I know her from. I was like, gosh, she looks so familiar backstage. We didn't properly introduce ourselves. And she was the first woman to do it, right? We're talking about the one and the only Chef Stephanie Izard. So, you know that 2 years later, she opened her award-winning restaurant, Girl in the Go, to rave reviews and lines around the block. In 2013, she took Best Chef Great Lakes at these very awards, and she's been kicking butt ever since on television, at her critically acclaimed restaurants here in Chicago and in Los Angeles. One of my teammates got a chance to interview her. Maybe me one day. Joining her is Abina Anam-Samwa. Now, she is the host of the Cherry Bomb Podcast Network's The Future of Food is You, the founder of the Eden Place, a sort of movable feast for the food fascinated. She blogs Your Friend in Food and is the 2023 James Beard Foundation winner in Emerging Voice Broadcast Media. They are fabulous. They're great off stage and on. Welcome, Abina and Stephanie.
Thank you, Michelle. So happy to be here and so happy to present with you, Abina. Just chatting backstage, it seems like we love a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, hosting dinners for big dinners for friends.
Making bread.
And homemade spreads for bread.
Pimento cheese, I can eat it with a spoon sometimes.
Love it. And we love our giant food family who come together from all walks of life to tell our communities amazing stories.
Our first award tonight goes to candidates who use video to capture and tell real-life food stories as they happen, and then share them with people all over the world. For unscripted visual media, here are the nominees.
Texas barbecue. On the line, bon appetit. Street eats, bon appetit.
And the winner is Street Eats, bon appetit.
So much. We're so honored. There's so many people to thank because the beautiful thing about making a show is that it really takes a village. And Street Eats is definitely no exception. I'm really in awe by every person involved in the show. Just the level of expertise, vision, and dedication is what really made this show. I really want to thank our host, Lucas Sin. Yay, Lucas. He brought to life his really deep knowledge, love, and appreciation for the food in Hong Kong, and his excitement is just infectious, and it's what makes all of our audiences love the show. Thanks to our incredible crew who filmed a whirlwind 48 hours to capture multiple episodes, including our pilot. I'm so impressed by you. Joe Pickard, our director, who brought the idea to life, Allie, our producer, and the glue of the series, and our editor, Louie, and our local team as well. And thank you to the James Beard Foundation. Thank you so much.
And because sometimes in this hustle-bustle world, you don't have time to sit down and chill, contenders for the next award make the minutes count. The nominees for visual media short form are
Caminante, video series. Great Wall. Remembrance, recreating a Jewish family's recipes.
So cool opening. And the winner is Great Wall.
I don't know what to say. Thank you for considering us as a nominee. We're a small company in Greenville, South Carolina, super small, but both of us, we came from different places but united through food. So I just want to say thank you for everyone here. We're amongst some of the greatest storytellers in the food and beverage space, so we're humbled and grateful to accept this, and ultimately I want to give glory to God and thank Kayling for just being vulnerable and transparent and sharing her story. Amazing crew. I'm just going to list them because they deserve it, because it was a team effort. So thank you. Evan Rogers, our producer, Craig Harris, DP, Max Huggins, Gaffer, Monica Garvin, First AC, Cam Easler, Andy Turner. They were our sorry, I can't talk now. I'm blinded by these lights. They were our BTS and Swings, and Bryson Bishop, who is our drone op. It was a whole team effort, and again, thank you.
I just want to say our motto at our restaurant is food is both a very serious business and not serious at all. And with people like Rio and everyone in this room, your storytelling is so important to the big and small folks like me and everyone else in this room in order to share the love and the messaging, but also just connecting with one another in a really distant type place we feel right now. So thank you for the work you're doing. Thank you, Rio, and thank you to the James Beard Foundation. You're all incredible.
I just want to say, I'd be remiss. My beautiful wife is back there with our 4-month-old. So thank you. This award, this film, dedicated to you, Allie. My Lolo Bear at back home, my Toto Bear here with us. So thank you.
And then, just like with desserts and dancing, I really do love dancing, there are those stories where more is more. For visual media, long form, the nominees are
Most expensive chocolate in the world. Psalm, Cup of Salvation. Why is the Filipino calamansi being left behind?
And the winner is Sam, Cup of Salvation.
This is amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the James Beard Foundation. Wow, this is a hell of a film to make. I will be very quick here, I promise. When making this film, we tried to discover the origin of grapes. Most grapes we drink, or most wine we drink, is not from where it's made, and people are like that too. We did not mean to get caught in the middle of a war. We did not intend to sneak into Iran and make the first wine since 1978, 77. In that country, we did not intend to fall so deeply in love with Persian and Armenian culture while we made this film. I want to thank producer Eric Israelian. I want to thank everybody at SOM TV. I'd like to thank Sarah Morgan Hall, who edited the film, and most of all, the Mumtazi family of Maysara Winery, and also thank you so much to Vahe and Amy Kushgarian for literally putting their lives on the line and their reputations and their country in us. Some of us are very outsiders to what you guys do. So thank you so much. To my Armenian friend here, this is a much more important story, and I'd like to give him just a second to say something.
As an Armenian who's born in Iran, obviously it's a very personal story for me, and it was really important to be able to get this story out. So I'm honored to be part of this incredible team and for letting me just be along for this wild ride and wild journey all the way here. So thank you.
Sorry.
And thank you to all of our families back home.
Those years as a safety patrol came in handy.
That was impressive.
Just because you're selling a product doesn't mean your art isn't genius. It's just the opposite. It can be an excellent motivator, and the nominees for commercial media are
Mike Aho, Joey Lucas, and Tay Schwab. Street Song. Murilo Ferreira, Carla Francescuti, and Stephen Pelletieri. Vendors. The Maida Creative Co. and Wyden and Kennedy, New York. The Black Kitchen Series Innovators.
And the winner is the Maida Creative Co. and Wyden and Kennedy, New York, the Black Kitchen Series.
In a country that often seeks to snuff out the uncomfortable parts of its own history, telling stories matters, and telling Black stories even more so. The Heinz Black Kitchen series was born to celebrate and preserve Black culinary history by telling Black food stories by and for Black folks.
Season 2 of the podcast, Innovators, is a podcast so near and dear to all of our hearts. It took literally dozens of people to bring this thing into the world, each of them important in their own right. We had the honor of traveling all over the country to last spring with the most ingenious crew you could ever imagine, and had the honor to meet some of the most incredible Black innovators, quietly changing the way we all cook, grow, eat, and relate to food today. To all of our guests, it was the privilege of our lifetime to share your stories with the world, and this award belongs to all of us. Thank you to our clients at Heinz for the trust and for the collaboration, our agency, Wyden and Kennedy, for letting us take really big swings, and our production partners at Maida for being such wonderful collaborators. And a special thank you to our unbelievable host, Jade Verrett, without whom this season would not have been possible. Finally, thank you to our fellow nominees and the James Beard Foundation for this honor. Check out the podcast wherever you get them. Thank you.
Here's a category that I both love and hate at the same time. I love seeing new recipes, restaurants, and takes on food, but I kind of hate that I can't go to sleep because I can't stop scrolling. The nominees for food-related social media accounts that keep us glued to our phones are
KJ Kearney, Black Food Fridays. Randy Lau, Made with Lau. Abby Marquez, Abby Marquez.
And the winner is KJ Kearney, Black Food Fridays.
Bro, I'm already crying, dog. I ain't even start talking. This is my second nomination, first time win. Thank you to the James Beard Foundation. I remember came in 2 years ago with my dad and my mom, and I was seeing people up here crying. I'm like, what are they crying for, dog? Like, and as soon as they call my name, I'm a crier too, so I don't care. Anyway, I got a speech. Let me give it. So first and foremost, I am proud to be the first person from the illustrious HBCU, South Carolina State University, home of the Mighty Bulldogs and Marching 101, to receive this prestigious award. I didn't verify that, but I'm pretty sure I'm the first one. It goes to show that extraordinary talent can emerge from the most unexpected places, and I hope that this encourages others to go for it, whatever it means to them. I am proof that you never know what can happen. My work with Black Food Fridays has always been about showcasing the richness of the culinary culture across the African diaspora. It's about celebrating our shared heritage and the unique flavorful and diverse cuisines that have emerged from it. And as someone who works as a full-time community organizer with Black communities, shout out to Charleston Promise Neighborhood. If you guys are looking for a nonprofit to donate to, go ahead. It's also about liberation and how food is an essential tool in the march towards freedom, empowerment, and joy. This award is a testament to the importance of that work, and I'm deeply grateful for the recognition. Before I go, because I'm Black, I got to give shout outs, right? All right. So I got hella shout outs. I'm going to go real quick. First off, I want to thank my siblings, Mika and Marcus, who couldn't be here, and all my basketball team worth of nieces and nephews at home. I want to thank my parents, Karen and Michael Sr., and if you would, allow me to dote a little bit on my father, who is with me today. A couple of years ago, he was diagnosed with a very rare cancer that he died twice, and he came back twice. Like, this man is unbelievable. And yet here he is in Chicago watching his eldest son win one of the biggest awards of his life. And I don't know how many of these James Beards that we have left, but I am glad that he was here for the one that counts. All right, here's the rapid fire part. Thanks to Hone Talent Agency, Stephen and Shanika, for signing me to the Cash Money Records of Food. Thanks to one of my best friends in the world, Raw Brown, for helping me come up with the name Black Food Fridays. Thanks to my newly minted Chief of Staff, Keon Sanders. He's helping me get my Black Food Fridays life together. Thanks to my best friend, Dessa Vanderhorst, for continuing to listen to every single stupid random idea I have. Thanks to my literary agent, Erica Phillips, for acting more like a big sister than an agent. Of course, again, thanks to the James Beard Foundation. And lastly, I want to thank myself for believing in myself when doing so seemed like the definition of insanity. This award is not just for me, but for all of us who believe in the power of food to connect us, to tell our stories, and to celebrate our shared history. And lastly, and this is no shade, I mean this 100%, I want to thank every single hater that I have, because y'all have kept me on the straight and narrow to remind me it's not about who likes me, it's about the upliftment of my people, and I keep that in the forefront of my mind, because y'all some haters. Thank you.
I don't know how you follow that, but here we are. And for work that airs in my personal happy place as a podcaster, the nominees for audio programming are
Fed, with Chris Van Tulliken. Gastropod, Good Food.
And the winner is Fed, with Chris Van Tulliken. So hard with the music. Unfortunately, Chris is not here tonight, so we will keep his award very safe.
This kind of media is perfect for all of us multitaskers who love to take in our food news while getting ready for dinner service, grocery shopping, or even going for a run. The nominees for audio reporting are
Gab Chabron and Brian de los Santos, How to LA. Mackenzie Martin, A People's History of Kansas City. Samia Bazil, Emma Morgenstern, and Dan Pashman, The Sporkful.
And the winner is The Sporkful.
So much to the James Beard Foundation, and thank you to Samia Basile. She was the reporter who came to us for this story, and without her, we wouldn't have made this episode. So thank you to her. She lives in France, so she's not here tonight. And I also just want to thank our incredible team on the Sporkful, Andres O'Hara, Nora Ritchie, Jared O'Connell, and Dan Pashman, of course, our host, who will also say a few words. And, you know, I just want to make a plug for more media investing in stories from freelancers. Samia came to us with this story, and yeah, hopefully more outlets will keep investing. So thank you.
And shout out to Emma Morgenstern, all right? Samia Bazile cold emailed me, and she was like, I'm a podcast reporter, producer in France. I'm going to be in New York. Will you have coffee with me? And I love a person in the podcast industry with some hustle. So I said, yeah, let's have coffee, sure. And we had a lovely chat, and she pitched a few stories, and one of them became this one, which is, you know, a story. Her original pitch evolved, but a story of how couscous traveled from North Africa to France with Muslim and Jewish immigrants, and how it has over time become considered a French food, but not to every French person. And what constitutes French food and how colonization affects these things. We segued from there to talk about Vietnamese food in France and Vietnamese food in Vietnam. And at the end of it all, what I really loved about this episode is that there's not any clear answer to the complicated questions that the episode raises. And these are the Sporkful episodes that I'm most passionate about making, is the ones that get into difficult issues and get into gray areas that don't always have simple answers. And we don't always have to end the episode with an answer. And sometimes I like the episodes that provoke more questions, that are more interested in provoking questions than in providing answers. And that's what I'm proud of this episode. I guess I'm getting wistful in my old age. We've been doing this Sporkful for 14 years, and I'm very grateful that I still have the opportunity to do the work that I love, to tell all these stories, to be recognized. So thank you all for that. I do want to thank my whole family for all their incredible love and support, especially my wife, Janie, without whose love and support I would not be able to have been following my dreams for so long, and my daughters, Becky and Emily, my taste testers and occasional podcast guests, who I had to miss Emily's year-end dance recital to be here today. It's the second time that I missed her dance recital to be at the James Beard Awards. But both times we won, so I guess, sorry, Emily, I'm sorry, but at least I won, okay, you know. So thank you all so much. Appreciate it. All right.
Please welcome the chair of the Broadcast Media Awards Committee, Cynthia Graubert.
What a night. I am so excited to be here. I am so proud to be here, and I am so proud of all of the nominees we've had this year. What incredible work. And I want to say hello to anyone joining online. We have a big audience online. Thanks for being with us. I want to begin by thanking my colleagues on the Broadcast Committee. As Erica reminded us, we are an all-volunteer committee and volunteer judges, and it is a huge amount of work. And all of those that are involved are incredibly dedicated, and they give hours and hours of their time. And I want to show my appreciation for them. Years ago, I started out when the industry at large was called mass communications. That's how old I am. There were a lot of rules. Episode lengths were fixed. Jump cuts were a sign of an incompetent director or editor. TV was TV, radio was radio. The lines were very clearly drawn. These days, I'm happy to say, a story can begin life as a podcast, morph into a print article, spawn a social media account, and wind up as a meme or on a t-shirt. Whatever your story is, whatever the length, whatever the style, whatever the medium, there's a place for it now. We have producers for every audience and ways for the two to come together without gatekeepers or stuffy rules. And yes, that keeps us on the broadcast committee on our toes and way busy and way over our allotted screen time. But it also liberates us to focus on just two essential questions. Is a piece saying something that needs to be said? And who are we not hearing from yet? And where can we find them? You can see the results. Across all broadcast categories, people with very small budgets and very small crews are sending in extremely good content from remote places. We have entries that are international in scope, and we are representing individuals and communities never made visible in this context before. And I couldn't be more proud. In that spirit, I want to bring up a new voice in our community. It is my very special pleasure to announce this next award, which recognizes fresh talent. You're gonna know who this is. I'm gonna know who this is. But will make a powerful contribution in the future. The winner of the 2024 Broadcast Media Award for Emerging Voice is Andy Lau, Made with Lau.
I forgot something else.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Sorry,
I never imagined I can stay in this stage for twice. We were thinking about just past Randy Lau's cooking skill for the next generation, for the young generation, to learn more, to make them home cooking easier. But thank you so much with all your support.
I totally forced her on stage and she just said that, so she's a natural. I just wanted to share, so every year my wife and I do a couples retreat and we write letters, essentially like what we want to focus on for the year. This is from 2014. I, Randy Lau, swear that I will cook with my dad and teach my mom yoga at least once a week, every week until August 31st, 2014. I want this because, I'm going to skip some of the yoga parts, but I want to bond with my mom and dad to make an effort to grow our relationship like I've said for so long. I want to spend time with my dad and learn his secrets of cooking so I can do the same for my family. And fast forward to 2020, peak pandemic, kid on the way, living off of savings, unemployment, is when we decided to start Made with Lau. I, Randy Lau, am committed to maintaining a unwavering faith that will build Made with Lau into a global community that warms the homes, hearts, and bellies of millions of people around the world. By Memorial Day 2021, I am committed to post a recipe every single week, without fail, and amass 25,000 YouTube subscribers. And now we're at 1.5 million, which is wild. And the reasons I am committed to this are because I get to spark joy and love through my family's food. I get to preserve and share my Chinese heritage with people like me who want to get in touch with their roots. I get to create something special with my family and strengthen our bond as we experience this beautiful journey together. I get to honor my parents and give them the recognition they deserve for their endless sacrifices. And I get to celebrate their legacy with the world. And most importantly, our kids and future generations to come. So this was in 2020 before we launched. And we're not even 4 years in. And I could not have imagined standing here in front of a James Beard audience. And more so, I'm just, as the award goes, it's an emerging voice, and we're only 4 years in. And it's just exciting to think about what else we can do in the next decades to come. Like many of you in this room have been devoted to your craft for many, many decades. So thank you for being an example to me. I'm excited to continue sharing and amplifying the voices of our Chinese community. And I originally started this because I wanted to, it was selfish. I wanted to have these recipes for my family, our kids. And then in the process, I realized that there are lots of other second generation kids whose parents didn't measure with tablespoons and they just cooked intuitively. And I feel like in the process, I've come to realize that like what the work that we're doing really matters, and it really resonates with a lot of people. So I'm really grateful that we have this platform, and I'm just really grateful to continue sharing our recipes, our stories, and just continue to build on what we're doing. So thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
And you know, Randy, we just got a call with your double win. Your wife wanted you to know she's now gone into labor. No! You just sent her there. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, go home. Yeah. Go home. Take care of your wife. Yeah, no.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations. Okay, I thought I would land that joke a little bit better, but next up, we have a pair of presenters with more than 2 James Beard Awards and nominations between them. They also won the very first Beard Award for Best Podcast. Hey, they started something. It was for their work on The Feed. Remember that? Please welcome NBC Chicago Steve Dolinsky and Chef Rick Bayless.
Thank you so much, Michelle. We're very happy to be here, to be back.
Hey, Chef, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about Chicago food?
Eating it?
Totally agree. How about second best?
Well, I would like to say making it, but I don't think that's where you're going. Is something like talking about it?
Bingo. Okay. Or writing about it, okay. Which is like another harder form of talking. Great writing is not only evocative, it can cause readers to make reservations, which is
right. Makes me very happy.
But food is not the only thing we taste or talk or write about in our business. I know you're a big fan of mezcal, for example.
Yes.
Our next category recognizes original style, unique knowledge, and wordsmithing in single articles by reporters on the libations beat. The nominations for top shelf journalism about beverages are
Betsy Andrews, 750 Daily, Emily Bingham, Travel and Leisure, D. Watkins, Salon.
And the winner is D. Watkins, Salon.
I can talk for 3 hours, but I'm not, I promise. I just want to thank the Baird Foundation. But first I want to thank God. Whoever you pray to, through God, things are possible. I want to thank the Baird Foundation for selecting me. But most importantly, more than anything, I want to thank my wife, Karan Watkins. My beautiful wife, she's in here tonight. Please give her a round of applause. I promise you I'm not in the doghouse. I'm saying this because, you know, without her, I wouldn't have the space and energy to put these kinds of stories together, to do the research, to be able to be my full self. And I've become a better person since we met, and I'm just so thankful. I also want to thank my cousin Maja, who passed away. She was one of the main people in the story. Rest in heaven, Maj. I know you're pulling strings for upstairs, and I just want to send a shout out and send love to everyone in the category, to everyone who was nominated, to everyone who's here, everyone in this room, and especially the people from Baltimore. Shout out to Spike, shout out to Lisa, shout out to my brother Taja, shout out to Crystal. I love all y'all, and I thank you.
Okay, contenders for the next award publish thought-provoking pieces on food and drink-related topics on the regular. For columns and newsletters, the nominees are
G. Daniela Galarza, The Washington Post. Lorelei Ivanoff, High Country News.
And the
Jose
winner
Relat,
is...
Texas Monthly.
Now I can say it. Yes. Okay, the winner is Lorelei Ivanoff, High Country News.
Don't think they're here, but congratulations. Okay,
Congratulations.
You'll hang on to that for them, all right, for Lorelei, all right?
Put this away.
We'll hang on to it. Okay, great. All right, next category celebrates engaging, in-depth, long-form journalism on food and or drink topics. For feature reporting, here are the nominees.
Chelsea Carrick, Good Beer Hunting. Diana Hubble, Gastro Obscura. Samia Kalia, Al Jazeera Digital.
Okay, and the winner is Diana Hubble, Gastro Obscura.
Okay, I did not think I was going to be up here, so I'm shaking too. But I am so grateful to my colleagues at Gastro Obscura. This is our first win as a publication. So Sam O'Brien, Annie Eubank, who edited this story, Rachel Rummel, and Andrew Coletti, I am so honored to work with you. I would like to thank my parents for listening to me rant about journalism a lot over the years and encouraging me to stick with it. And my fifth grade teacher, Mrs. D, for telling me that, yes, I could be a writer someday. Thank you very much.
This next category acknowledges reporters who reflect on the importance of history and culture in food and how what we eat connects us with who we are. The nominees for Foodways are
Mahmoud Haboush, New Lines Magazine. Jory Lewis, Switchyard and Food and Environment Reporting Network. Julia O'Malley, Grist and Food and Environment Reporting Network.
And the winner is Julia O'Malley from Grist and Fern.
Thank you very much. Obviously, I'm not Julia O'Malley, and I'm not from Grist either, but I am from the Food and Environment Reporting Network. And I just want to say thank you to the James Beard Foundation and to Grist for partnering with us on this great story. And I just want to point out that collaboration is one of the evolving pathways in media. Fern, what we do is, as a nonprofit news organization, is work with other publications to partner on stories that support journalism about food and the environment. And I'm just very, very grateful to be up here to accept this award. Thank you.
All right, this category we are both fans of. Whenever I travel, I typically go on at least one eating tour. Yes. I know you do too.
Yes.
When someone does the meticulous research ahead of time, like our friends at Culinary Backstreets, it opens up a new experience you just do not get otherwise. For writing about dining and travel, here are the nominees.
Hannah Albertine, Adam Irache, and Bradford Pearson, Philadelphia Magazine. Jessica Griffin and Craig Laban, The Philadelphia Inquirer. Daniel Hernandez, Los Angeles Times.
All right, and the winner of this category is Jessica Griffin and Craig Laban from The Philadelphia Inquirer. Yes? No?
Somebody's coming.
Jamila? Back from Las Vegas already.
A lot of you know me. I am not Craig Laban or Jessica Griffin, but I am Jamila Robinson, and I work with Jessica and Craig on pulling this story together. And so I want to say thank you to the James Beard Foundation. I know Craig will be here tomorrow night, but want to accept this on their behalf and on behalf of my friends at the Philadelphia Inquirer. Thank you.
Take this. Take this. Souvenir. All right.
All right. And last, an award named for that intrepid reporter who digested the history, culture, and politics of Los Angeles in newspaper stories about its food scene for many years. The nominees for the Jonathan Gold Local Voice Award are
Lindsay C. Green, Detroit Free Press. Mike Jordan, Atlanta Magazine. Dara Muskowitz Grumdahl, Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine.
And the winner is Mike Jordan from Atlanta Magazine.
Some of y'all know I'm like, wow, okay, all right, wow. My wife is in the building. Her name is Jacinta Jordan. She's right over there. She's beautiful and amazing. She was not here last year, but she's here this year. Thank you. I love you very much. Big shout outs to the James Beard Foundation, not just for this award and being recognized, but for being more and more a place for community for black food writers, which is not found in enough places that should be supporting this. I won't call any names, but I'm very passionate about this. I love the work that you all are doing. I love the fact that you all are a welcoming organization to us. There need to be more black food writers, more black food editors, more black food publications. I stand on this. People know I stand on this. Shout out to the greatest city in the world, Atlanta, Georgia. I can't believe that this is really not just my award. Atlanta is the biggest underdog in this culinary scene. I argue with very famous people about Atlanta's dining scene all the time. I want all of you all to come to Atlanta this year and eat at all of the restaurants in Atlanta. Every one of you has that assignment. I'd like to thank the former editors of Atlanta Magazine who also stood on business and left that magazine on account of a publisher saying that the coverage was too woke, too gritty, and too urban. And I wrote a lot of, that's why I submitted myself for all three of these stories for Atlanta Magazine. So it means a lot that this won. because there's no such thing as too woke, too gritty, or too urban. You know what's crazy? I didn't even write this speech. It seems like it's going good. Wow. To my fellow nominees, I mean this sincerely because I was nominated for this award last year, and I came here completely expecting not to win, and that would have been fine because I shook my ass last year after I didn't win, and I will shake my ass after I won this time, and I hope y'all shake y'all's asses too. Everybody who was nominated for any award here. It's very important, and it's an honor. It's great. It's beautiful. My mother, who passed away in 2022, who would have been here, who didn't get to see this, taught me to cook. I make gumbo and freeze it. I give it away to my aunts and family, and if I cry, it's because I love my mother so much. And last, I wrote this outline of a speech on a note that my daughter wrote me last night, and it says, "You've got this. Even if you don't win, none of us will be disappointed. You are a winner regardless in my heart. Rooting for you always, champion, Sienna. Future Delta and Southwest pilot, I'm too fly for you." Thank y'all very much.
Thanks, Stephen Rick. You left too soon. I should say that Chef Bayless has a well-documented passion for health and wellness, right? We know this. Specifically, a deep interest in the relationship between nutritious cooking and community and individual well-being. So he should really be up here doing this, right? Oh, let him go. Books in the next category go deep into that topic. So the nominees for health and wellness are
Hillary Brick, Business Insider; Virginia Huffwin, Civil Eats; Anahad O'Connor and Aaron Steckelberg, The Washington Post.
And the winner is that last one, Anahad O'Connor and Aaron Steckelberg, The Washington Post. And, oh, is that you? Are you coming? Anahad? Oh, okay. You can't wear it.
I'm not
you
wearing
can't
it.
wear it.
Not wearing it.
There we go.
I'm neither Anahad nor Aaron, but I work with both of them at the Washington Post, and I would just like to say thank you from them. Oh.
Thank you. Now, whether the motivations are economical, educational, nutritional, or traditional, there's always a reason to learn to what? Cook! Yes. For writing about home cooking, the nominees are
Noah Galutin, Eater; Lan Lam, Cooks Illustrated; Mari Ayahara, Food and Wine.
I have a theory. I do. It's like the last person in every category seems to be the winner. The winner is Mari Uyahari. Urahara, Food and Wine. Is Mari in the house? Someone from Food and Wine in the house? Well, we're going to say congratulations to Cook with MSG. Our next category celebrates adventurous reporters who use one or a mixture of mediums: photography, animation, VR, interactive design, photography, to tell a food or drinks related story. So that's called innovation. And innovative visual storytelling is what we're talking about now. The nominees are
the Associated Press Health and Science Team. The Associated Press: Lily Allen, Nat Belkoff, and Nick Mancall-Beitel. Eater: Laura Riley and Kadir Van Lohuizen. The Washington Post.
And my theory has just been kaputted, because the winner is the Associated Press Health and Science Team. The protein problem.
Thank you so much to the James Beard Foundation. This is such an honor. I'm Shelby Lum, a video journalist on the Associated Press's Health and Science team, which means I'm usually on the other side of microphones. But I'll be quick. This was an incredible team effort from the Associated Press that had more than 50 editors, reporters, video journalists, photojournalists, data journalists, and more reporting across 10 different countries. And for the protein problem, we were asking, how do we feed our growing world without killing our planet? And so to do that, food is so personal and it is so tied to culture. And so every place in the world is going to have a different answer to that question. So in order to try and answer this question, we talked to ranchers in Texas. We talked to fly farmers in France. We walked with nomadic herders in Mongolia and Senegal, and talked with soil scientists in Brazil, all looking at our food systems and their impact on our environment. So thank you so much to the Associated Press for giving us the space to do this project, and to the Howard Hughes Medical Institute for their support for the health and science reporting at AP. Thank you so much.
Give it up to the Associated Press. They've been doing the work a long time. One of my heroes. And for standout food coverage in a general interest publication, here are the nominees.
The Bitter Southerner, Garden and Gun, Switchyard and Food and Environment Reporting Network.
And the winner is Switchyard and Fern.
I'm Ted Genoways.
Congratulations, Ted.
That's Ted Ross. Whenever you get Teds together, good things tend to happen. I just would like to thank Ted Ross for the support that he gave to Marianne, Andre, and me as we produced the food issue of Switchyard. It was our second issue of the magazine, so a pretty remarkable thing to receive this honor. I'd also like to thank the University of Tulsa for funding the magazine, and in this media environment, having the attitude that we should start a magazine instead of closing one.
I've already spoken a little bit about collaboration, so I just want to recognize some of the reporters and writers who worked on this issue with us. So Jory Lewis, whose name you already heard earlier tonight, and Siddhartha Deb, and Dan Charles, and also the chefs that we interviewed for this, which was Tom Colicchio and Sean Sherman. Obviously, we couldn't have done this issue without them, and this is just a great, great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, please. Thank you. Congrats to all the nominees and the winners so far. To take us into the next part of the program, I want to bring up Mr. Sam Toya. Yeah, I knew that. President and CEO of the Illinois Restaurant Association, proud partner of the James Beard Awards. Welcome, Sam Toya.
All right, let's hear it for Michelle. Let's give it up for Michelle. She's not doing a great job. Michelle. And I do want to, before I get started here, I do want to say one other thing. Yes, Atlanta's a great city, but Chicago is the culinary capital of the United States. That's why we're here. Give it up for Chicago. All right. On behalf of the Illinois Restaurant Association, I want to say that we are so proud to partner with the James Beard Foundation again for this year's celebration of excellent American cuisine and American food media. Our organization exists to promote and raise awareness about our state's restaurants and chefs but we know that we are part of a much bigger ecosystem, and we can't do our job without all of you. So thank you. We really thank you. I'm going to give it up for all of you out there. And speaking of doing my job, besides promoting Chicago, I'd like to honor the James Beard Awards tradition now and invite you all to turn your attention to the house right tonight here as a glorious group of local chefs who have gathered together with their teams. Let's give it up for the chefs. Come on, let's hear it for them. It's all about the chefs. Come on. Oh, I think we should get a standing ovation. Let's give it up for them. Come on, give it up. Give it up. All right. These are the people responsible for the delicious meal we are feasting on today. So, let's give them another round of applause one more time. And thank you, Chef. And thank you, everyone. And enjoy our great city, the culinary capital of the United States. But it's all about the chefs, so thank you.
It's all about the chefs, people. Our next presenter is a luminary in the business. She's a bona fide gourmet, but a scourge of snobbery, who once said, and those aren't my words, the Beard Foundation says this, anyone who thinks they're too grown up or too sophisticated to eat caramel corn is not invited to my house for dinner. I love caramel corn too, cheese corn, other kinds of popcorn, all of that good stuff. Well, I'm talking about, as you well know, the renowned author and journalist, TV producer, novelist, and winner of multiple James Beard Awards. What don't you do? I don't know. Including the 2024 Lifetime Achievement Award winner, please welcome the one and only Ruth Reichl.
Okay, I'm embarrassed, but thank you very much. It's true I've been to these awards a couple times, though never in Chicago, so this is a whole new thrill. Our next category commemorates a person who not only championed American restaurants, but pretty much invented the art of the restaurant review. I had the privilege of taking over his old gig at the Times for a while, and it's my pleasure to help celebrate another writer following in his footsteps. The 2024 nominees for the Craig Claiborne Distinguished Criticism Award are
Louisa Chu, Chicago Tribune. Craig Laban, The Philadelphia Inquirer. Helen Rosner, The New Yorker.
And the winner is Helen Rosner. Helen's not here, but she has a great piece in this week's New Yorker. Candidates in this category never give up on a hard story and follow the smallest lead, sometimes in dangerous places, to report on environmental, political, business, or policy issues related to food and drink. Without them, the world would be a much more dangerous place. The nominees for investigative reporting are
Hannah Dreyer, The New York Times. Alice Driver, Lisa Held, and Aaron Van Nest, Civil Eats. Ian Urbina and the staff of the Outlaw Ocean Project. The Outlaw Ocean Project, The New Yorker, and The New York Times.
And the winner is Hannah Dreyer. Also not here. No surprise, the New York Times probably wouldn't send her. The year that I got the award for best restaurant writing, my editor who went forgot to tell me for 3 days when I was at the New York Times. A recipe tells you a lot about the writer. In food writing, it operates pretty much the way a photograph does in other sorts of journalism. When that recipe is accompanied by a piece of writing that opens up a particular time, place, or passage in that writer's life, it's even more powerful. For Personal Essay with Recipes, here are the nominees.
Farhan Mustafa, The Bitter Southerner. Kate Nelson, Guardian U.S. C. Pam Jong, Esquire.
And the winner is Farhan Mustafa, The Bitter Southerner. At last we have someone.
This is weird. I mean, she just handed me an award. Y'all know who this is, right? I've already blacked out, by the way, so if there's any, just so you know. Hey. So I wrote some thank you notes. One of my favorite lines has always been, it's not that I have imposter syndrome, I'm just really not that talented, but I will not feel that anymore, at least not till midnight. Just want to thank a couple of people who, regardless of whether I'm up here or not, have made me feel that good. My partner Fernanda, for always keeping me positive, listening patiently when I rant or rave about anything, and I mean wild shit like saying marinara sauce was invented in India. She will stand by and just listen, at least. To my family, for always just being cool about me not pursuing any graduate degree at all. My mother and grandmother for always putting up with our daily changing tastes, and for her to teaching me how to improvise. In fact, I mean, I used to be an actual journalist, so breaking news, they texted me on WhatsApp, said, can't get the link to work, but she's at Walmart, so my brother will tape it on the phone for her, which I don't know what that means. I want to thank Kyle and Dave and the team at Bitter Southerner, Hannah Hayes for taking a chance on me, the team at Southern Foodways Alliance, John T., Sarah Camp, Melissa, Rosalind, Mary Beth, for giving me a space as a new writer and giving me confidence in my voice, despite how shaky it is right now. And everyone on the piece who just gave me their time, generously to talk to me about spaghetti. Chef Ricky Moore, Liz Williams at SoFab, Adrian Miller, Karima Moyer, Obi at Katanga in Atlanta, Sumaya, my best friend Dr. Emmanuel Taylor and his family in Kentucky, and my little brother who helped me coin the term immigrant spaghetti, and my sister-in-law and my nieces in Seattle for always appreciating and eating our efforts to the point where my niece, Rosa, now thinks all spaghetti is just immigrant spaghetti, because who isn't an immigrant? And on a serious note, right now we are in a time of great food inequality and insecurity and starvation even in Palestine, Sudan, but even in communities in our country, a few miles from where we are right now. This is for those who make do with the humblest of ingredients and still find the passion and the good sense to say, I'm going to make this my own. This is for y'all. Thanks for your spirit. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For Personal Essay with Recipes, here are the nominees.
Angela Burke, Eater. Stephanie Grant, Good Beer Hunting. Julia Langbein, Bon Appetit.
And the winner is Julia Langbein.
Techno gonna stop? Okay. God, if I knew that medals felt this awesome, I would have tried one sport even once. Thank you so much to the beard jurors and to the foundation. Thank you to my editor at Bon Appetit, Hillary Cadigan, and the recipe developer, Chris Morocco. Yes, for the recipe developers. And
thank you to my husband, John, who's here, described himself yesterday as having a, quote, natural, easygoing charm, and I completely agree. Like 20 years ago, I was writing this like filthy, disgusting, hilarious blog for my desk at the Department of Cultural Affairs for the City of New York. And these people over at Gourmet, which I always imagined as like literally Golden Tower, were reading it, and they like plucked me out of obscurity and saw through my vulgar, unpolished, disgusting husk to like the corn talent below. And really, for the first time in my entire life, it gave me my first paid writing gigs as a writer. And it's actually hilarious that she's giving the awards, like Soup's ox. But what I guess I want to say is to the commissioning editors and the editors and the people who have the opportunity to open the doors, please keep giving opportunities to the stylistic, artistic, intellectual, aesthetic weirdos and outsiders, right? Because we can grow up and come good. So thank you so much. Thank you. Good.
The next award recognizes writing that brings its human subject to life on the page in vivid color and essential detail. The nominees for the award for profile are
Hannah Goldfield, The New Yorker; Alex Halberstadt, The New York Times Magazine; Jason Sheehan, Philadelphia Magazine.
And the winner is Hannah Goldfield. Okay, one last award before I go. This award is special to me. Named for the writer whose words got me started in the business, a woman I had the privilege to know for many years, someone who shared herself with enormous generosity and who I will always consider my mentor. The nominees for the 2024 MFK Fisher Distinguished Writing Award are
Hannah Dreyer, The New York Times Magazine; Naila Iqbal Muhammad, Sweet July; Sarah Perry, Cake Zine.
And the winner is Hannah Dreyer.
Ruth Reichl, she is one of my idols, so it's so great to be here and pass her right here on the stage. I just want to say hello to everyone here today. I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to tell you guys something a little personal about me. When Jamila Robinson asked me to take on this role, to be honest, I wasn't sure the timing was right. For starters, she left some pretty serious shoes to fill, so let's just be honest about that. But I was also a new mom, and I was trying to feed my milk-guzzling baby in the midst of a formula shortage. So the stakes around food insecurity had come home to me in the most profoundly intimate way. But that experience, harrowing as it was, also tapped into the central nervous system, the motherboard, if you will, of my identity as a journalist. I began my career writing about restaurants, moved to breaking news, and then came back to food with a sense that food stories could be vital public interest stories. Now, here I was experiencing that firsthand in my own life. So to be offered the opportunity to uplift unheard voices and expand conversations about food through the institution of the James Beard Foundation, there was no
other answer but yes. Serving as chair of the Journalism Awards Committee this year has been a joy and a revelation. Our committee reviewed story after story by journalists who bring the beauty and the fragility of our food systems to light in a new way. From the intricate relationships between snow crabs and indigenous communities in Alaska, to the way constrictive gender roles can turn the act of cooking into a form of captivity, to the surprising mysteries concealed in a humble box of chicken stock. Stories like these challenge how we think, and they challenge how we act and how we take care of each other. I want to thank my colleagues and our team of incredible judges for your hard work and dedication. I look forward to a whole lot more this year. The final award today goes to a journalist who does not yet have a prominent platform or a large following, but whose insightful questions and unique vision deserve attention and celebration. The winner of our 2024 Emerging Voice Journalism Award is, oh my goodness, it's so exciting to do this. I'm shaking. Cuisine Noir, the Global Food and Drink Initiative.
I know this is the last award, so I'm going to make it very quick. But I want to thank the James Beard Foundation for this incredible honor. I'm just so thankful for this recognition. Thank you. I want to dedicate this award to Chef Pennell, who we lost earlier this year. He was a pioneer, champion, and advocate for telling Black food stories, especially about those who touched the food, created the memories, and helped to shape cuisines in America and around the world. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to my incredible supportive family, my sister's here today, my mom, my dad who's looking down from above, and my other sister, friends, my amazing team of talent, my amazing talented team who put their heart and soul into our work, and then those who trust us to tell their stories. It's truly an honor to use the power of storytelling to connect and preserve food stories from across the African diaspora. Thank you, and congratulations to tonight's nominees and awardees. Thank you.
Well, audience, congratulations. We did it. It's been a journey. Big thanks to every one of our contributors. Under 2.5 hours. How about that? Congrats to all the winners. Of course, congrats to the nominees. Look, that's the hardest thing to be, to leave this space and not win. But you know what? You got here, right? So give it up for the nominees who did not win. James Beard, the man who gave American cuisine standing in the world, believed in America as a community. His inner circle held people from all walks of life. And he knew we could maintain the basic tenet, those basic connections that we need to function as a nation through the almost magical power of cooking and dining together. At this moment, of all moments, it bears repeating that together we are. Together we are stronger, right? Stronger. You see that? Okay. I am so moved and proud to have taken part in this celebration, so thank you On behalf of the James Beard Foundation, I want to thank all of you again and again and again for being here. Congratulations to everyone, and have a great time outside at the tasting reception with all those wonderful Chicago chefs. Good night.